Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I have an awesome video for you today on Python and using Wikipedia as an API key. So how cool would it be if you can pull the data right from this Wikipedia page right into Python so you can start working with unstructured data. I'm going to show you guys how. So I'm using Specialized Bicycle Components Wikipedia page. I'm an avid bike rider and I particularly like Specialized as a bicycle company. So using this one as an example here, and I'm going to show you how to go ahead and construct your API key to pull data right from this page. So under the API main page, it's going to be a great resource for you guys to use. You have a quick start on how to start constructing your API key. So this is the pattern that you need to follow, and I'll show you an example. And then down below you have all kinds of parameters and actions that you want to perform. So we'll be working with a few different actions, which I'll show you guys here, but go ahead and read through all these. I mean, there's a lot of different actions to be done, but for the basics and for the purpose of this video, I'm going to show you how to just pull the data straight from the web page itself. So as I was showing you in the get started, right up in here is what it was saying in the main page here. But now we're starting to incorporate our actions and what we want to do with this particular API. So we have an action where we just want to pull and just query the data right from the web page. We have the properties, which is just pulling an extract. And then what kind of format do you want the data to be in? So I'm working with the request packages in Python, which works great with JSON data. So I did the format with JSON. But if you come back to this page here, you can go ahead and work with data that may be more familiar with you, such as PHP or XML, whatever works best. And then lastly is the titles. So this is just straight pull from the actual title page in the Wikipedia. So if you went ahead and did New York, or you search for bowling, you just swap out the title there, so whatever it is. So I did Specialized Bicycle Components, put that in. So it's best to create the key right here in the browser in the URL. So if you want to make sure it's working correctly, you can just hit enter and your data should load. So it's a little tough to read this kind of data right in this view. So the request packages, what you want to do is copy this. But the request packages really helps you make sense of that data in a little more legible format. So we're importing the request packages here, assigning the URL. Essentially, it's just that URL is working with to create that API key. And then we're doing a request.get URL, which is just part of how we're going to start pulling the data. And then down here, we have the r.json, which is important because we need to make sure our variable type is a dictionary, right here for dictionary. And now once we have that, we're passing JSON data, and we're going to start using these parameters where we're going to query the data. We have the pages, and then right here this is a little bit interesting, where you're going to have to go in, and depending on which page you're using, you're going to have to change out this particular this is the article ID of the Wikipedia page. So if we come back here and go back to the page and we hit view page source, we search for article ID. Here it is. You're going to copy this out, and this is subject to change depending on what kind of Wikipedia page you have open. So like I said, if you're searching for bowling or United States, or in a particular ocean, whatever it may be, it's all going to have a unique identifier which you need to pass through here in order to run your Python code. So if we go ahead and run this now, you see that it was running no problem. You may need to do some additional data wrangling, where you're getting rid of the paragraphs. The P is for paragraphs, the B is for bold, H2 is for the header. So you may have to do some additional data wrangling to clean up, but essentially you have the data at your fingertips now. You can start working with it. It's unstructured, do some analysis on it, but essentially this is a really cool way to pull data from Wikipedia using this API, and this is really the basics of how to go about start pulling that data. So hopefully you found the video useful. If you have any questions, feel free to make a comment and I'll reply back. Thank you.